Hey everybody, how are you this morning? It's Mornings with Michelle, and I have a question for you as normal. Have you ever really wondered why dieters fail and what you can do to guarantee success? That's what we're talking about for the next 4 days, 3 days after today. I'm Michelle. I'm the founder of Wonderland Wellness and been dubbed the badass habit girl, woman, or babe. They're still trying to figure this out. We have the all exciting new cape for this fun that we've been doing in the group. But I really want to thank you for showing up for the second video in the 5-part series, which the goal of it is to explain why 80% of dieters fail and what you can do to succeed today in your weight loss efforts. Today we're actually going to show you another step towards success, and this will help you achieve the mindset required to lose the weight and keep it off once and for all. I totally know the diet roller coaster, and let's get you guys off of it. Yesterday, we did readiness for change. We focused on, today, we're actually going to focus on costs and benefits of making this proposed change. If you missed the video yesterday, make sure that you go check it out. It's if you go into the page and go look at the videos, you'll see it from yesterday. Let's get back to today. Today's handout is in the description of this Facebook Live. Make sure you grab it. And let's talk about what you gain to start with. It's kind of an overview. The tool is going to help you identify everything you have to gain by making the change and what you have to lose by continuing your unhealthy behavior. Hey, Angela. Awesome. Glad you got here. Angela's saying that she just got here and she's pulling into her driveway. Now I lost my train of thought. I'm so good at that. So today we are doing what you gain and doing the handout overview. Okay, so we're going to talk about what you gain by making the change and what you lose by continuing unhealthy behaviors. I do something similar to this in the training, but in my 100-pound weight loss formula, but this is different. So if you have taken that class or taken one of my challenges, just know that the information here is different and you should definitely dive in and do some of this. We're going to identify the change you want to make at the top of the form, but for now it's okay just to use general terms. We'll get to a specific goal tomorrow when we go over SMART goals, which is another training that I've done before, but it's slightly different. So I want you to check it out tomorrow. We're also going to list the costs if you don't change. What are your costs if you don't change? For example, maybe you're pre-diabetic with an increased risk of adult onset diabetes, or maybe you are getting ready to go on blood pressure medicine or already on it. I kind of kept this list really small because it has to be specific to you and your situation. And the really, really important part is make sure you identify your feelings, because those feelings are what's going to drive you. We're also going to look at the costs. Not just right now, but I want you to look way into the future as well. For example, what will happen 5 years from now if you don't change right now? For me, it was looking forward to when my children were my age and whether I was going to be around to see what was going on. In what specific ways will it cost you or your family or your friends if you don't make the change? Or what effect will it have on your self-confidence, your most significant relationships, your career goals, or your plans for the future. I want you to be brave here and really dig into the pain. I know it hurts because we're wired for pleasure as human beings, but pain equals a motivating factor. We are motivated by two different things. We are motivated by pain and we are motivated by pleasure. So we're going to show you how to use the pain and the pleasure to motivate yourself on your journey. I want you to really take the time and think and experience that pain right now. It will really be a huge motivating factor. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to list your benefits for change. For example, will your weight loss improve your confidence? Will it allow you to pursue a new hobby? For me, it was obstacle course races, something I never thought in a million years I would do. Maybe a career change or look for new relationships. What if you did take action right now? What would your life look like in 5 years? What are the benefits to you, to your family, and to your friends? I want you to visualize this, really imagine it, and really dream it. If you're not driving, close your eyes and picture this. Picture reaching your goal. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? And yes, there is a smell because everything changes. Really, really dig into it. How good does that feel? Can you feel your energy rising and your mood improving? If so, now you're gravitating toward pleasure. How cool is that? The other motivating factor. I do hate to disappoint you, but identifying the pains and pleasure is only part of the equation. As you delve into each change that you're experiencing, pain from changing or the consequences of not changing are going to drive you forward. Let me give you an example. Let's use my love of smothered burritos as an example. Some of you know that I absolutely love smothered burritos, and I used to have them very, very often. I've actually kicked my almost daily smothered burrito addiction and only allow myself to have it with limited frequency. If I'm in a restaurant with the world's best burritos and have already eaten burritos that week, or in my case, sometimes like that month, what do? Will the instant pleasure of eating hot smothered burritos outweigh the inevitable pain of breaking my contract with myself? If I make it out of the restaurant without eating burritos, will the pleasure of sticking to my healthy diet outweigh the pain of watching others eat them in front of me? In my 4th video, I'm actually going to teach you how to use your why power to avoid the temptation of instant gratification and pleasure in order to preserve the long-term pleasure of sticking to your healthy living plan. This was a huge part of how I managed to lose the weight and how I keep it off. So make sure that you get in there for that why power 4th video. Your why power will help you choose the pleasure of discipline over the pain of bad health, regret, and disappointment. The word regret always flashes a story from my dad. He always said to me that do the things in life that are going to give you the least regrets later. Which I absolutely love that, because you can't go back and change things that you regret. So keep that in mind. Let's see here. I do want you to know that discipline can equal pleasure. It can be pleasurable. When you've completed your cost-benefit analysis, revisit your readiness for change. I think I skipped. Okay. Revisit your readiness for change. There's going to be some revelations. The revelations you experience with today's exercise should move your mark further to the right so that you're more ready for change. If you're digging deep, these 2 exercises may leave you feeling drained, and you know what? That's okay. I promise. Give yourself permission to rest and rejuvenate. And I kind of like to meditate on stuff like this and really, really dig into it. For today, you have done some amazingly powerful work, and it's normal to feel emotionally exhausted as a result. Tomorrow, we're going to give your emotions a break while we work on setting your SMART goals. Until then, I want you to remember the keys to success. Small, consistent steps, habits, will get you there, and you can do anything for 5 minutes. With that, I'm going to sign off, sending you off with love and hugs, and I want you to have an amazing day. And Angela, I'm hoping you're in your house now. We'll talk to you all later. Bye.